Yeah.
But Mama Juana's that shit they ferment in the ground and they.
Well, Mama Juana's a bottle, and they put like all different roots and all that, and then they put alcohol. Like I think they put rum, and I think they put wine in it too. And then you close it and you leave it there for a long time because the roots supposedly gives it something like some type of power. I forgot who. I think somebody said put a turtle's dick in there. No, for real, I'm not lying. That shit, then it becomes like an aphrodisiac. For real, I'm not lying. Hey, if anybody is listening to this podcast or watching it, write in it's YouTube, right? Yeah, write in the comments that you heard that you put a turtle's dick inside of the Mama Juana. I'm telling you.
So what's the ingredients? So let's just and we're gonna wrap it up. What's the ingredients?
Turtle dick. That's it.
No. You see, the truth is I love you, don't want to lose you, baby. But as of lately, I've noticed that you've been moving shady. Cause I will wait on you hand and foot like if you Miss Daisy. Thought I was losing you, it was me, I was losing crazy. You put a lock on your phone, oh, that's the case now? If you got nothing to hide, then why your phone face down? Receiving texts to see happiness on your face. How? When I check your messages, everything gets erased.
All right, let's go, Will. Let's get it popping.
We're starting it?
I guess. Let's
just get it started. Here we are, the Brooklyn Basement Podcast with the one and only. Wait, first my sidekick. We can't forget AR, the sidekick. And of course,
no. Let him get it out. Let him get it out. Cause his brain started just.
When I said sidekick, he was like,
he looked at me like
sidekick. He's the tattoo of fantasy. You see what I wasn't gonna.
You let him go,
but you told me to start.
I saw the fumes.
There was no
coming out of your ears.
You said you was the sidekick.
He has the comedic eye in here also. That's why he's great at this.
I see the.
He saw the squirrel running in the skull. So here we are, Brooklyn Basement Podcast with the one and only Aldo, a.k.a. Aldi, as I like to call him.
Aldi in the building, which is one of my favorite supermarkets now.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Aldi's, I didn't even know that was a supermarket. I know I've seen it before. I didn't know what it was. Aldi's. Mm-hmm. I just call him Aldi because Aldo.
Yeah, you've been calling me Aldi since we know each other.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, when I was little, everyone would always call me Aldito. Like, family members.
Right.
Aldito.
Well, that's like the nickname for me.
Right?
Aldi, yeah, Aldi's is
but
like.
But Aldi, I don't know.
It just stuck to me.
Because even Lisa calls me Aldi.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess because you call me.
Yeah, she heard me.
Did you never want to correct them on it?
No, I'm fine with it. I just don't, I never like Al.
I don't like Al either.
I always felt like Al sounded like some old dude that runs numbers.
Well, that's why.
You know what I mean? Yo, Al. Like, I'm a little kid. Call me Al.
He said, you're Al, 6457. Go write that down.
Right. But you always call me Aldi since we know each other. Mm-hmm. And
because I never want to say Al because you don't have an Al look. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Go ahead, interview me. What are we doing?
We're not interviewing.
What is this all about? We're in a basement, which is beautiful. It doesn't smell like a basement.
It doesn't?
It doesn't.
What does it smell like when you walked in here?
Wheatgrass. I don't know.
It just said wheatgrass.
I don't know. It just smells normal. It just
smells like a regular. It didn't remind you of like the 80s and Bushwick Avenue or something like that?
Nah, kid. What were you doing in the basement in the 80s on Bushwick Avenue?
They were running them numbers.
Nah. No, it smells fine. Doesn't smell like a basement.
It's not a. It's the Brooklyn basement, but
so this is where you used to do the shows in this room.
Which shows?
When you used to do the comedy shows.
With the COVID.
The COVID. In here.
Yeah, I have the stage is set up right over there in that corner. I have the light there. You see the light?
Okay.
Turn off the lights here.
I thought you were gonna make some empanadas and keep them warm.
That's what it looks like.
That's
the ones.
The crazy part was that COVID started about 3 years ago now.
2020.
And about this time, March 16, March 17, it was my birthday. It was me, Barry Ribs, Tino, and Imagine.
Yeah.
And we was just about to do a show. And
you had an audience?
Well, we did a live stream. We live stream on IG.
Okay.
That's what we did.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
So we started that. We was probably, if not no one else, the first people to do it. We did it the next. It's the COVID started 16th. We did it the 17th, but it was my birthday. March 17th was my birthday. We did it for my birthday.
He's trying to celebrate no matter what.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, we're going to celebrate. I had Henny White here. Imagine came, Barry was here. We was just getting fucked up and doing the show. We was like, fuck, let's do a show. And we was all clapping for each other.
That's what happens when you drink a lot of white Henny. You're in the basement, you drink Henny. Hey, let's do a show.
Let's do a podcast.
Who's here? Nobody, but let's just do a show.
For each other. Let's do it for each other.
And that's what you did. And you ran it for a good while.
Yeah, we did. It was fun. It was,
I never got asked to do a show.
No,
they never asked me. They knew.
You know what it was? A lot of people didn't want to come through. They was like, COVID, I'm not doing it.
I was gonna say I was vaccinated, but we weren't vaccinated yet.
No,
it was brand new.
Yeah.
Did you get vaxxed eventually?
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about that now?
How do I feel about it?
Like,
I'm alive.
Are you really?
Look, touch me.
I don't know.
I got the triple Vex. I got the 2 and the booster.
Oh.
How I feel about it? I don't know how to do it.
You didn't get no like side effects in that? Because there's people that...
Dude, hard on, crazy. 16-inch,
got the good.
16-inch penis. It was crazy.
Oh, you the part of the 1%er.
That was the 1%. And it was, now it went
Which
back.
one did you get? The Moderna? What's the name of that one?
I got the Moderna.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get the Moderna. I got the
What'd
Pfizer.
you get it like in the projects or something?
I got it I got it at the Belmont racetrack. I did.
No, get out of it for real.
That's why you got the extra horse.
At the Aqueduct racetrack. I guess you didn't get it, huh?
I didn't get that. You got vaccinated? You
Yeah,
had to, right?
Yeah, I had to.
What happened? You scared of the needle?
I got other health problems, so I was just
Okay.
scared that, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? That shit might be like the...
You know what makes me laugh about people that when I would tell people I got
What do you mean
vaccinated?
people? Which people are you talking about?
The people I'm going to talk about. Let me say,
Let me hear
my
these
story.
people.
What makes me laugh about people that would tell me, you got vaccinated? Do you trust the vaccine?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, do you trust the guy that makes nutcrackers that sells them at the parade and the beach? Like, that guy's a real
That was
scientist.
stirring in, licking
You
his
know what I mean?
fingers?
Like, that guy's making them in his bathtub. Like, that guy's, oh, no, I'm just putting nothing but the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's like, I'm not going to get sick off that.
Yeah. He's past inspection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting worse with these fucking dispensaries too. Because I'm smoking shit that really is blowing my mind. They're like, these pre-rolls, you don't know what you're smoking anymore. Like, they just giving you shit rolled up. Like, yeah, smoking.
Oh,
like,
at the dispensaries?
yeah, like you ask for certain shit.
But wouldn't you trust a dispensary more
But they're not
than-
really. But they're still illegal. The only
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Because
they're
the only ones that are legal are like Curaleaf and stuff like that. Because those are the actual dispensaries.
Right.
These are smoke shops. That's why. That's why when they had that one smoke shop that they said the only legal smoke shop was because that was the only legal smoke. There's tons of smoke shops on every block now.
But how do they get to stay open though? I don't get it.
I don't know. I think it was in the news that they're not even like going in there. It's just too much work.
Getting paperwork and
I don't know. I don't buy nothing in those places.
yeah, that's what I mean. I can't.
Where do you buy your drugs?
Who, me? I get it from a guy about your height.
In a basement.
I got something for you.
Come downstairs.
I go to I get my little pen, and then I just started. It's so funny because I just started smoking. Like I was always, I was always against it, right?
Yeah.
I was always the guy against weed, and then COVID hit, and then I just started smoking. But I pretty much smoke daily, but I smoke at night. I don't know. I feel like if I smoke during the day, I'm a loser.
Right.
Which is like, why not? You know
You
what
don't
I mean?
you don't smoke to sleep though. Some people do that. Smoke to sleep.
Well, I tell you one thing. I do get really good sleep.
Yeah. No.
But I'll smoke at night. I got my TV on, and which I never end up watching anything 'cause I'm like that. But like today, I was making some shirts and put the music on, smoked a little joint, and I was just vibing. But
Nice.
but I was always against it. I don't know. It wasn't nothing that it just wasn't for me.
So what do you like, the pens, or do you like to roll a joint? What do you like better?
Well, I do the pen when I do comedy. I have my little pen. It's like a 1-on-1. It's like half CBD, half THC, so it's very mellow. And
what about gummies and stuff like that?
Nah, I don't. You know what? I don't really mess with edibles because you never know how the edible hits you. Because I remember the first time I did an edible when I was on radio. One of our guests came and he gave me this big cookie, and I went home and I told my wife, "Let's do it." And we never did an edible, and I cut it in half. I gave her half. I ate half. And everyone's like, "You aren't supposed to eat half." And it was big, like like when you go to the diner, they got the black and white cookies. It was like that size. So I ate half, and like half hour passed, and I was like, dude, I don't even know what was going on. All I know is I was super thirsty, and I was like, I got to go to the kitchen. I think it took me like 45 minutes to walk to the kitchen.
You were stuck.
And then when I'm looking at the water going in the cup, it was like a waterfall. But then I was so high that I was scared that my esophagus was high. Because I said, what if I'm drinking my esophagus doesn't know and I drown right here in the living room? I mean, in the kitchen.
So you just stood.
And my wife ain't going to call the cops because she high too.
It got real confusing.
It got very confused. And that was, no, I did an edible after that. But I don't know, they just hit a little different.
Yeah, it's in the bloodstream. That's why that's straight to the blood compared to the pen or the weed that goes straight to just to the head. The body high is a whole different high.
And it sneaks up. It kind of sneaks up on you differently, right?
Like that.
It jumps on you like around the corner.
You're like, what is that? It's like that. I guess, do you do them too?
No.
You don't do nothing?
Crack.
You still do it?
No.
You're keeping it alive?
Yeah.
All right.
It's me and 3 other guys.
Do you smoke or no?
No, I don't smoke. It gets me paranoid. I tried it. Every time I tried it, it gets me.
Do you think it's because?
Oh boy.
No, honestly, because I know like there's the upper and the downer, right?
Right.
The sativa's the upper.
Sativa is the downer.
The downer.
I think I don't
know.
Because I think when you do the upper is kind of what gives you because now you're up. So maybe that's what gave you anxiety.
It was either that or they laced my shit with cocaine. Either way, it wasn't.
That's why your eyes are always like mad open like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I came in here and I was talking to this guy and he was staring that way like this. And I turn around like, what the hell is he looking at? There's nothing going on up here. But he was staring like a maniac.
Scared the shit out of me.
Scared the shit out of me.
I was trying to recall a memory.
But you know what? I could tell you one thing. I used to suffer from anxiety. And I remember I got a couple of panic attacks on stage, which was like the worst thing that could happen to you. Like I'm performing. I remember one time I was doing this show in Springfield, and I'm doing 25 minutes. Great. Like nothing. You know, having a great time. Then out of nowhere, that shit it just hit me.
Wow.
And I was like, I started sweating. I was like, great, I'm going to die right here on stage. And then, but anyway, long story short, I started smoking. I haven't had any anxiety or panic attacks.
Really? See, it did the opposite for me.
Because you laced it with cocaine.
Because I laced it with
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you took the upper.
Right.
Because some of them, because I just had one that was like.
I mean, I tried a couple of times. Unless I tried the same strain each time, then I guess. But each time it had the same effect. I just didn't.
So how about alcohol? You drink alcohol?
No.
Because of the medicine?
No, just another thing I just.
Yeah, I'm not really into alcohol either. I used to drink a lot, but then I just stopped. And it's funny when I just stopped because I just wanted to. And it's funny when people go, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I'm like, when they'll be like, "Yo, let me get a drink," I'm like, "I'm good." "Oh, I'm sorry."
Oh, they think you're like
I didn't know,
alcoholic.
and I'm like, "Dude, I could have a drink. I just don't want to," because you know what? I was a club promoter for like 10 years, so I was always drinking like every night and stuff like that. So I kind of like outlived it. And that's why like when we do shows and after the party, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, we lived that life already.
Especially a DJ. He was also a DJ.
DJ.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, DJ.
Before comedy, you was a DJ?
Yeah, I was the DJ. I remember I got my DJ equipment in 5th grade. And
You was a
I used to
spoiled
be a
little
turntablist. I used to battle and all that. But I can't say I still have my equipment. Well, I have a controller, but I literally got rid of all my records and all my turntables, and I got rid of it during COVID. Like
That's all you need is a controller now in your laptop, right?
That's why a lot of
DJ.
DJs are fat now. Because back in the day, we were in shape. We had to carry like 13 crates of records. Now they just carry a laptop and a little bag with 4 empanadas in case they get hungry. And then that coffin where you got your turntables.
Coffin.
And you fit all that in a car.
Oh, wow. So you sold what you had, 1200s?
Yeah, 2 1200s.
Ooh, you was in 5th grade?
No, I bought the 1200s in 10th grade.
You was a spoiled little kid.
I don't know if I was spoiled. I bought it with my own money.
You robbing banks at that
No,
age?
I had a job. I always had a job since I was little.
The uncle hooked him up.
My uncle, I don't even know my uncle. My uncle's in Uruguay. But no, I always wanted to work since I was little, and I saved my money and I bought my own shit.
That's good.
How old were you the first time you had a job? 25?
No, 12 actually, I think.
You were a shovel? 12?
I think I was like 12.
Really?
Yeah, I started cutting hair also in a barbershop when I was like 14.
Get out.
Yeah.
So no more barbering? Barbering.
I do it like part-time.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what's the other part-time?
Podcast.
This is it right here?
This is it.
Nice.
If this
Staring
doesn't
at
take
walls
off.
in the basement?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm happy to be here. I've been friends with Will for a long time. And
How long we doing this, Al?
comedy?
Yeah.
Oh, this podcast.
No, this podcast is about 30.
Comedy. I started when I was 25.
Uh-huh.
So I was 26 years ago. I did it as a hobby, and then I took a break for 9 years, and then got back into it in 2007.
Okay.
When did we meet? Did we meet around that time?
I think about
in
that
2007.
About
Where
that
did we
time.
meet? Did we meet at the Laugh Lounge?
Was it at the Laugh Lounge we met?
I met a lot
No,
of
no,
people
no,
at the
no.
Laugh Lounge.
No, I met you before the Laugh Lounge. I think maybe Ozzy's Room. Did you do Ozzy's Room? In
No.
New York Comedy?
No, but okay, I do remember because they used to have the Latino show.
Right, in that little fucking closet on the side. I mean,
Well, I see. I used to work at. I used to perform at New York Comedy Club before they had that side room, just the main room. This was when Chris Mazzilli from Gotham used to manage New York Comedy Club.
gotcha.
But yeah, I remember the side room.
The side room was
I remember the
Ozzy's.
side room because Jamie Roberts used to have the side room.
Did he?
Yeah.
Jamie Roberts is the same one that was calling in Harlem?
Yep. That's where I met Jamie. I met him at that side room. That's funny. I meet you at the side room.
It was like a little.
You're not good enough to be in the back. You do the side room. It was a weird room because you couldn't sit in front. So it was kind of like this, like the camera was there, but then it was like you had to perform this way.
Yeah.
Just left and right. And it was just like a brick wall. And everyone was sitting this way. So there was literally never anyone in front of you.
Right. Well, they had the one row. That's why I think it was Mark DeMeo that had that funny joke. He was like, the first row is the front and the back row at the same time.
Right. You were literally right there.
You're just one right there. Then everybody else's table his, table's his.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good times. And then I took a break when my dad passed. I had to take care of my mom because I was the only child. And then when she passed, then I got back into comedy in 2007. And here I am, still doing it. And now I've been doing it full time, 10 years, no day job, just comedy, and that's it.
What was it that made you get into comedy?
It was funny. I was working in a shoe store on 8th Street. So 8th Street used to be like the shoe district of New York. It used to be all shoe stores
in the village.
Yeah. So between 5th and 6th, and Steve Marshall came into the store selling tickets to comedians. Steve Marshall. He came in the store selling tickets to his one-man show. And everybody was like, oh, we already have a comedian here. So then I asked the guy, I was like, how long you been doing comedy? He's like, 13 years. I'm like, dude, you must suck. I never heard of you. Because I don't even know. You don't know how comedy works.
Right.
So, I've been doing 25 years. No one heard of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now a year passes. So now I'm managing the store in 71st and 3rd. I'm Windexing my windows. So the guy comes. I remember his face. He remembers my name. He's like, Aldo, right? I go, yeah.
Get out.
And he goes, how are you? I'm like, not good, bro. I'm homeless now. I clean windows. He's like, I'm so sorry for you. I'm like, asshole, it's the same store. So he's like, I'm putting you on stage tomorrow. So he put me on stage, main show.
Nice.
Had no material.
That's crazy. I'm
just like going up there talking about how I met this guy. I remember I made fun of the bathroom because it was super small. And that was it. And then I got off stage, and then from there they just kept booking me on Fridays and Saturdays. It was great. But then I didn't know how comedy works, so I kept doing that for and then Seymour used to have a show at night.
Right, the midnight show.
The midnight show. And so I used to do those shows, and then I did it for about a year, and then I'm like, how come I don't have a manager or an agent? I'm doing great. And then I was like, you know what, the hell with this, and I stopped doing comedy. Because I didn't know how it works,
right? And
I stopped, and then I remember I came back 5 years later, and I did a show, and I remember Buddy Flip, the manager at the time, he was like, "You said you haven't been on stage 5 years, and you have that confidence up there." I don't even have that confidence up there. I'm like, oh no, that's what I do, and I just had fun. I just did it to prove to myself that I still could do it. But then, like I said, I took that break, and then I got back into comedy, and here I am.
And how did you figure out the writing process of comedy?
I never wrote. That's what's funny. I never write anything. What I do is I always host my shows, and it's funny because people you look at a lot of flyers that I do, and I'm hosting. If I'm hosting a show, that means it's my production. I put it together. I love hosting my shows, and that's where I pretty much, when I host, I just freestyle. I mean, sometimes I'll throw a joke in there, but I'm usually freestyling. And I only book 2 or 3 comedians, if that, because I'm doing mad time between comedians. It's my show.
The comedian's like, yo, I thought you booked me.
No, for real. It's right? I'll do 15, I'll do 10, 15 minutes between comedians, and I have no clue what I'm talking about. I'm just freestyling. So that's where I get my material. Because I'm like, oh, that shit was funny. So I'll tell people, because someone just text me, instead of putting it on record on my phone, I'll just can someone just text me what I said?
Mad old school.
And that's how I get my material, and then I work on it, and then I just keep adding stuff to it as I keep performing. But yeah, I never write anything.
That's crazy. So you could do an hour, no problem.
Oh yeah, definitely. Off the head.
Freestyle
I could do an hour off the head. I'm never cocky saying I'm funny or any of that, but I do give myself props that I'm good at freestyling. And I always say a good comedian is like a good rapper, meaning if you can freestyle, you're good. If everything's written, that's why I hate when you watch Flex, give me that freestyle, and everyone's looking at their phone, and then I'm like, you're not freestyling, you're just reading. But yeah, I just love. I love freestyling because I'm having fun with the audience, and I like to, incorporate them and talk to you. I want to make sure that everyone in that audience is having fun, and they're going to come back.
I remember seeing in Ray's room one time, but this is like, I want to say like 10 years ago on Linden Boulevard.
Oh, the Laughaholics?
Yeah, in the diner. And
yeah.
he was doing some joke about like Ecuadorians and something about
Eating
with the
gooey.
rats. Yeah, that.
Gooey.
He was killing it.
Well, I remember
doing
the first
sound
time.
effects and shit. Yeah, that shit.
Well, because in Ecuador, it's funny because my second family is Ecuadorian. Like my best friend, like his family says like I'm the adopted kid.
Mm-hmm.
In Ecuador, they eat guinea pig. That's what it is. It's guinea pig. And I always wanted to try it, but no one wants to eat it with me. Would you eat a guinea pig?
I'll do the guinea pig.
Would you?
Hell
Yeah?
See,
Hell yeah.
I'm so down for it.
Hell yeah.
It was funny because when Uruguay played Ecuador, not this past World Cup, the one before that, I told my boy, I'm like, because he's Ecuadorian, I said, whoever loses gotta eat a cuy. He's like, I don't want to eat that shit. And it's funny because Uruguay lost to Ecuador, so I had to eat it. So I'm like, let's go. So we went to a restaurant. That shit was like $50. I'm like,
What?
I was like, let's go to the pet store. That shit's like $7. I remember the first time, when I moved to Flushing, right? I remember I was in Flushing Meadow, and they have like the vendors selling shish kebab. So I remember I told the lady, señorita, dos palitos de carne, 2 sticks. And then I'm looking, and I look down, and I see these little rats. Like roasted, like the teeth are brown. And I'm like, what the hell is that? In Spanish, I'm like, eso. She goes, es cuy. And I'm like, what's on the stick? She's like, cuy.
And he's like,
I'm like, no, I was like, méteselo en el cuy. And, stick it in your ass. And I got out of there. Yeah. But I never tried it, so I could have tried it. So you would try it.
I would try. Hell yeah.
So you don't try. You're not.
I wouldn't even try it.
You're not. So
I don't know about that face thing. They actually look at.
Yeah.
So you want to eat it like stewed and stuff where you don't recognize.
Yeah,
what it
chop
is?
his head, chop his ass. I'll eat the meat in the middle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something like that.
You don't want to look at your.
Yeah, I don't want to look at the.
Stare it in the eye.
Yeah.
Like,
What
God.
I tried a pig's head.
Did you?
Yeah, it's pig.
No, with the head though.
Yeah.
so all these years, what been stopping you from eating it? Then you just want to try with someone else and have that experience. Like
I guess it's not like I'm
like
gonna be
joke
like,
about
I'm
it.
go by myself. All right, can't wait to try this scooey.
Yeah, like you pull
Happy
up-
birthday. But yeah, I want to try it. So you're down to try
Hell
it.
yeah, I'll try that.
So let's do it.
Do it on the podcast.
We'll get it. What, we're gonna get someone delivering a cuy.
Yeah.
I want. Yeah, by the time it gets here, it'll be cold.
No, we can get it hot.
There's got to be somebody nearby.
I ain't putting that in the microwave. I want it like, you know what
Air
I mean?
fryer.
It might kill it.
We'll get an air fryer. You know what I mean? We'll have it cooking in the background.
You know what's funny? When I used to do my cooking show, I said one day I'm gonna make a cuy, and my wife was like, "If you make that, we'll get a divorce." I'm like, "I'm making 2 cuys," but I never.
Just in case you decide to come
But
back.
I wanted to make it, but I never made it.
So, but you can make it though.
I don't know. It's
Okay,
I have
you
no
What would
idea.
you do? Google the recipe?
Of
like
course, that's what I do. That's what I used to do for my cooking
for
show.
everything, right?
Yeah, Google's like great. Like I always tell when people go, I don't know how to cook, and I'm like, do you know how to read?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you can cook.
Do you not follow instructions?
Just follow instructions. You know what I mean? So it's like that's how I used to do the cooking show.
Why'd you stop the?
The cooking show?
The cooking show.
Because I was doing radio, and I used to wake up. I used to wake up at 4 a.m. So I used to do the cooking show at 5 o'clock on Facebook, and it used to be good, bro. Like I used to get like thousands and thousands of live viewers, and I never cursed because people would watch it with their children, which was cool because a lot of people would write to me, like adults, and be like, "Yo, I never ate mushrooms in my life. They're not that bad. I hated spinach till I tried this." So all I used to do was just look up recipes, and then I would write it on Facebook. Like when we were on radio, like a commercial, I'll be like, "All right, today we're gonna make, let's say, chicken cacciatore," and I would put all the ingredients. Join me at 5. Cook with me if you want. So some people would cook with me, and it's funny because I was in Tampa 2 weeks ago. And the promoter was like, "Yo, remember we used to do that cooking show? Why did you stop? I used to love your cooking show." I'm like, "For real? You used to watch my cooking show?" So a lot of people used to watch it. So I should just bring it back. Who knows where it would have ended up? Maybe it wouldn't have ended up anywhere, but maybe it would have. Because I always loved, when people go, "Did you always want to be a comedian?" No, I think I always wanted to be a chef since I was little. Because when I was little, I used to always watch on PBS. We didn't have cable when we were little. We had PBS.
Right.
So I used to watch all the cooking shows. Like remember Yang Can Cook? That was the Asian guy. If Yang can cook, so can you. I remember him. There used to be the Frugal Gourmet, which I hated because he would cook like something really good. Then used to be like, let's put a little cream in that. And I'm like, why?
Why the cream?
Why the cream? It was great. And then there was another guy that was like a Southern guy that he's always used to drink a little glass of wine. Put a little glass of wine. And he would be like ripped by the show. To this day, if you go to my office, turn on the TV, it's on the Food Network. I just love watching. I wanted to try out for Master Chef, but I never really do desserts. So I think that's what my fault would be.
It would have been great if you would have tried cooking a gooey in the Master Chef.
See, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, spin it out.
A lasagna gooey.
Yeah. That's how you get the ratings right there.
How long did you do cooking show?
The cooking show was an hour.
No, but for how long? A year, 2 years?
I think I did it for like a year and a half.
So you was gathering the following.
Yeah, it was good. Like,
and then you was doing the character where you was dressed like the old lady, right?
That was my mom.
Your mom.
And then my sister Blancha.
Yeah.
Which is funny because someone just wrote that. I posted a picture and they were like, "Where's your sister? I miss her." So my sister's name was Blancha because Blancha means iron. So
flat chest.
She was flat chested, so that's why her name was Blancha. And she had a wedding dress because she was ready.
She was always.
She was ready to get a man. So unfortunately, I think Blancha went to Dominican Republic to get some implants, but then she never came back. So I think her visa expired.
Or maybe she found a man.
So we're trying to get her back. So I don't know.
If you're not subscribed already, press that red button. It'll cost you no money. You ain't even got to give me no weed. This is the Brooklyn Basement Podcast where we talk real shit. And when you press subscribe, it helps us in the YouTube algorithm so you can see us more often. So press that red button. Because we need you to do that shit. Like right now. Please.
Everybody's using these AI robot shit for all kind of shit. So
for everything. Writing resumes. Crazy.
They even got AI rappers and all that right now.
You know what's funny? I was reading that jobs now are checking your resume to see if it goes against like an AI, to see if you actually just copy and paste it. Because everyone's using that now.
Everything's a bot. So I asked the AI, I said, give me 10 topics. So one of the first things said, the great toilet paper debate, a humorous discussion.
Over. It has to go over. Like that. If I go to your house and the toilet paper is from behind, you're a maniac.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm a maniac.
You don't like the...
You're a maniac? You like it from behind? What do you
I like the behind.
You know what's crazy?
What are you, a cat?
No, I don't even put it on the thing. I just I never put it on.
So you put it on top of the
thing? He just wipes
he
wipes his ass with a shower curtain.
No, I just put it on top of the sink. I put it everywhere else,
real?
but in that fucking roll.
You don't do that? Dude, you know what's funny? I do that. Like, if I go to your house...
You check.
I just, like, if I would go to your house and use your bathroom and I see your toilet paper there, I would put it on there. I have, like, OCD crazy like that.
Would you especially do it, like, if you go to a chick's house, you know, like...
No, I wouldn't.
What kind of type of girl?
No, I wouldn't switch it.
But you would check just to see, like, if she's mentally stable by the precision of the...
I don't understand. Why would you put it behind, though? You put it... Oh, you don't
I think behind is better.
Why?
I don't know, because it's just the feel. It's like a...
The feel?
Yeah, it feels...
Well, I don't listen.
Pause, hold up.
It feels softer when it's behind.
Yeah. The way it rolls.
Something about it feels like it's a smoother transaction between the roll and I. You know what I mean?
He lost me with that one.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this guy.
I go with behind.
But the thing is, what's the real difference, though? Like he's saying, like, why not?
Because sometimes you gotta like smack it around, flip it, so you can find the fucking shit.
Right.
If you do it from behind, you know what I mean? It just
right. You can't.
If you smack it this way, it comes out too.
Right.
I don't know.
From my understanding,
are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
So maybe that's what it is. Because I'm lefty. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm just trying to...
Is the toilet paper on the left side or the right side of the toilet? It's usually on the right side of the toilet, right?
Usually.
Do you have a toilet in your house?
Mine is in
this guy shits in a bucket.
Mine is in the front.
In the front? You live in a gas station? No, because I know certain... Usually they put it behind because if they have like cats like playing with it, so then they'll keep rolling it. That's from my understanding.
Oh, okay.
You just made that up.
I'm not making it. You go ahead, call AI. Call your friend.
Call your boy.
Call your boy AI. Yo, AI. No, for real.
So what you say, Will?
Well,
you put it on top. You have no preference.
I mean, I've heard the whole, over and under thing, but I never understood why.
So you just leave it on top of your sink and grab it when you need it?
Yeah, because you know what it is? Because sometimes it comes
What kind of
fat.
person is that? That's definitely mental.
He's a slob. I wouldn't even want to sit on his toilet. This guy never washes his toilet. You probably don't even have a toilet brush next to your toilet.
No, you have a plunger?
You're mad lazy.
No, I don't have a plunger.
You don't?
No, I don't.
That's
Not in the crib. I don't need it in the crib. I got this all down here. So I don't need it.
Well, you're the super though.
Yeah.
But if you weren't the super,
yeah, I would have a plunger.
could you imagine you go to his house and you take a dump and it don't go down? What are you supposed to do? Grab it, throw it out the window? You have a window in your bathroom?
Yeah,
I'll throw that shit out the window. Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
No, but
you gotta get your life together,
plungers
bro.
don't always work, fellas. Just so you know.
The what?
Plungers don't always work. Sometimes you drop shit that down the toilet that's not shit that you need to auger. There's an actual snake that you have to put in there to.
What's coming out your butthole that you're saying that it sometimes it's not shit?
No, like there's I set this girl up one time and I put something down my toilet. I knew she was gonna take a shit, and she said she wasn't. So I stuck something down there. Check this out.
What kind of psycho?
So I stuck something down there so I knew it would get clogged when she flushed it. So if it's just peas, it's gonna be.
You
pee.
wanted to see her shit?
No, I wanted to see if she was lying to me about taking the shit.
Was she?
She was lying.
So what you did with the shit?
I unclogged the
Exhibit
toilet.
A.
I unclogged the toilet.
But she must have been crazy embarrassed.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's for lying, it was embarrassing.
That's what you wanted.
I
You wanted to
wanted
see it.
that.
So
You wanted mind control.
Do you watch like Shat videos? Are you into that?
No, it was.
Two girls in a cup?
It's fucking gross, bro.
She shit, so she took a shit. She's like, I never shit in no one's house. That's just not me.
I never shit in anyone's house and got caught.
Yeah,
That's
that was the actual answer. So she was lying. Oh, I never shit. And I was like, she's lying because no way she ate all that food and she's going in there for 10 minutes.
Did
to
it
pee.
smell like bad? Like, you know, like
It's
a guy,
shit,
like
bro.
a-
What the
shit.
like a guy shit? I don't know.
How did it smell bad?
Because it sounded like you had some shit fetish.
No
beginning.
shit fetish. No shit fetish. No
So
crazy
you got to go
shit.
get the snake,
and just
and
snake
you were
her.
engrossed by looking at her shit.
I got to do that shit all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I got to do that all the time. So it
Handling
sucks.
other people's shit.
And
Yeah.
and I thought selling shoes was hard.
Yeah, it's
This guy cleaning shit.
so, yeah, it's cleaning shit. I mean, I don't clean it hand wise, but yeah, you got to snake out toilets and clean some shit. Yeah. I mean, now, plumbing as well. Like you got to do it. Imagine there's a main. This is what they call the main.
So I guess we got a stalemate. We got one front, one back, one don't give a fuck.
You don't even know what's going on. Oh, you said behind.
I said
Behind.
behind.
He
You
said
said front. This guy just leaves
Put-
He doesn't use toilet paper.
I use my hand the way we did back in the day.
Newspaper. So what did you do? You looked up an AI. You said, "What are good questions for a radio show?"
Yeah. I said, give me
Questions.
10 topics for podcasts that will
Help the algorithm.
help the algorithm. You know what I mean? Something like that. I forgot how I worded it. And it came up with these. So that was one.
That was one.
That was a pretty.
That was fantastic.
That was great.
All right.
The
all right,
best.
guys,
The
we had-
best. This is more for a girl, I guess. I'm sorry. What you was gonna say? You was gonna say.
I'm just gonna say I just had a great time on this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. We're done now.
All right. Next question is most embarrassing moment.
This one right here.
This shit is
Being on
embarrassing.
a podcast.
This here.
Cringeworthy and humiliating moments in life, from wardrobe malfunctions to social,
I did a whole set with my zipper down.
Hey now, did you?
but none was showing.
No, not the shit with the zipper.
And nobody in the crowd was like, hey.
No, I saw the crowd going the whole fucking 10, 15 minutes going, looking at me, looking like, what the fuck? And then I got off the stage. Yo, you fucking zipper. Damn, I was up there all that time. Nobody could have just said it. You know what I mean?
But I guess if not showing, then it's not that bad.
I guess it would just be when I had that panic attack on stage. It was just crazy. You know what I mean? Because I'm having a great set. I'm 25 minutes in. I got to do like 45 to an hour. And then it's like, but the funny thing is I got off stage. I drank some water. Somebody brought me, it's so funny. They were like, probably your sugar's down. Somebody brought me like a power bar. I ate that. And then I just washed my face. And then I went on stage to apologize and to tell the promoter, you know what, I'm going to come back off the love and I'm not even going to charge you. But I ended up doing another 45 minutes off the head, and I was like...
From saying sorry.
From that. So it was so funny because I'm like, well, I guess I don't have to come back for free. I just gave you more than what you paid for.
Yeah.
But I think that was probably embarrassing. I don't know if it was embarrassing. It was just like, that was a moment that I would always be like, oh, scary.
So this will be the last question because it connects to that.
To the toilet paper?
No, to the great junk food debate. What's the best and worst junk food? Because if you're high, you probably get the munchies. And so what's the best?
I usually, at night, I have a little bowl of ice cream.
Okay.
You know what's disgusting? those Takis.
Oh, my son loves those.
Does he?
Yeah.
Those are those like crunchy.
They're
potato
the
chips?
spicy red. They look like little
Cheetos. They look like
Yeah, I
the
don't
hard
like-
Cheetos.
I don't like those things.
We know. I don't like those things at all. Oof.
Yeah, those are nasty.
But those are for the young kids. The young kids love them shit.
My son,
How old is he?
he's 9, but he's been eating them since he was
Yeah.
probably like 4 months old.
Really?
He loves
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like those at all. They just taste nasty.
Yeah.
And you know what's so funny? Me and Talon were on the road, right? So we stopped by. We'll stop by, get snacks, whatever, you know, pee break, whatever, get gas. And it's like, oh, I never had Takis. So I bought it and I opened it and tasted one. And I go, you want? He's like, nah. He's like, nah, I don't want that shit. And I was like, all right, I'll finish these later. And I put it down. He goes, I know you don't like them shits. Because who the fuck says I'm going to eat those later in a little bag? You know what I mean? Because you knock that little bag out.
Right.
He had like that little fun size bag.
Yeah, the little size. And I was like, you want one? He's like, nah. And I'm like, all right, I'll eat these later. And I put it in my little bag.
It's like
He's
7
pieces. He's like, I know them shits were disgusting. You didn't even want to eat them shits.
That's crazy. So what's the next one? What's the next joint?
My next show tomorrow, I'm gonna be in the Bronx.
Okay.
Thursday, I don't know where I'm gonna be Thursday, but I have this whole week. This whole week I'm booked. I don't know where I'm gonna be Thursday. I'll have to check my calendar. And Friday, I'm doing this Cuban restaurant.
You don't have like a weekly or monthly spot?
No, I don't have anything right now. I'm working on maybe a monthly show in the Bronx. I'm not too sure. It might be monthly or weekly. But once COVID hit, everything kind of like slowed down. Like, because I had a few shows, and after COVID came, everything just shut down, and
Yeah.
it's hard to ask for a budget when when the restaurant's not making that much money. It's funny. There's one guy called me the other day.
I want you to do a show here. I hear you're really funny. How much is it going to cost?
So I was like, well, I could do it. So I gave him a number, right?
Right.
Which wasn't much. $400.
Jesus. He's like, Jesus, 400. That means I got to do 800 at the bar. I don't remember the last time I did 800. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, if you don't remember the last time you did 800, how the fuck is this bar open?
Yeah.
Fuck
You
comedy. You got to do other shits there.
Yeah, something else is going on there.
But yeah, he was like,
Jesus, 400.
and I was like, it was just, and it wasn't even a high budget. It was just like something. I'm like, I want to work with you. So, you know what I mean? Try to build it.
The old guy sounded like Joe Pesci or something.
Jesus.
So what's the weirdest place you ever performed at?
The weirdest place?
Yeah, the weirdest.
Oh,
place.
you know what? I did a show one time at a laundromat. It was a laundromat in Connecticut, right? So you walked in. It was a great idea. Like, it's like you walk in. It's a laundromat on the left, right? Mm-hmm. But then on the right, it was a bar. It was a full bar, like a really nice like bar with artsy and stuff like that. So which is cool because once you get your laundry done, you just chill by the bar, have a beer. So they used to do like poetry and stuff like that, and then they did comedy. So I guess that would be the weirdest place I did.
Okay. No, that just sounds all. That's just all authentic. Like,
No, but I'm saying it's a weird spot. It's a laundromat. I used to do senior centers. I did that for like 3 years before COVID.
No
Then COVID-
barbershops. No barbershops.
I did do a show at a barbershop.
Yeah, I did barbershops before. Barbershops are weird because they're not really paying attention to you. And the barber's swinging the dude. He's cutting his hair.
Oh, really? You had a show during a barbershop
During
opening?
it,
Oh, no,
during
we
it.
did one that was the barbershop was closed.
No, this is during
That's
like
crazy.
like in the middle of just fucking a Friday night. Barbershop's packed. They throw on the amp and you just performing.
Really?
Right, and the
So the
dude, customers there, everybody's there, people sitting the way to get a cut is there, and just performed.
That's different. That's definitely different.
Harder though, because like I said, they turning the dude's laughing at you. He's like this the whole time.
He's having a good time. Ha ha ha! What the fuck you doing? Yo, I lost my audience.
that's what happens. So what anything you see yourself doing after this shit? Like
After
Comedy-
this,
yeah, like
I'm
doing-
not going to go to your house and take a shit.
You know,
shit
it's a
like-
booby trap there.
no, like you see yourself being a fucking game show host or something. What do you want to get out of this?
What would I love to do?
What do you
I
love
would
to do?
love to have my own back to the cooking show. I would love
Okay.
to have a show like diner dives and drive-ins. Like kind of that, going different places and trying food. I'm a foodie. I'm a total foodie. Two things I
Yeah.
love: food and dogs.
Okay.
I just love dogs.
What kind of dogs?
All types.
All of them.
All of them.
You have a dog?
Yeah, I have two. Very manly, a long-haired Chihuahua, and, and a Chihuahua mix. I think he's mixed with a cow. He's huge. I just love dogs.
You don't milk them though.
Pause. Milk the dogs? No, they're
Mixed with a
boys.
cow.
They're boys. Stay away from my dogs. But yeah, I just love dogs. Dogs are like awesome.
Ultimate dog you would like to have?
What do you mean?
Like own, like what I would love. I would like to have a Doberman. You can't find them shits anywhere.
I used to love Dobermans.
Yeah, you can't find them anywhere.
I had a
though.
girlfriend that had a miniature Doberman.
Those shits.
You ever see those
Yeah,
little
those
tiny
little
ones?
tiny Doberman. Those little mean fuckers. They're like Chihuahua.
One of my friends that it's funny, she's my friend from a show. She used to always come to the show when I was in Jersey, and she was coming religiously. She just got a Doberman. It has to be miniature. A miniature Doberman mixed with a Chihuahua. It's super cute.
Is it aggressive? Like,
I don't know. I'm looking at a picture. But when I was in when I was in Tampa last weekend, we had we were doing a show outside, and a couple came and they had a pit bull. The friendliest pit bull. This dog was licking my face. The tail did not stop through the whole show. The show was like 4 hours. The tail.
they could sense it probably that you're really like a dog person. Maybe.
Yeah, I just love dogs, bro.
Yeah,
Like dogs are just happy. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could, like, I throw out the garbage, I come back, I get daddy's home.
He's back again.
I was just outside. So
That's dope.
that's what I like. Dogs.
That's crazy. Yeah, dogs are great. I can't stand cats.
I'm allergic to cats, but I'm scared of cats. Like if you had a cat in here right now and the cat just comes, I just get up. I'm totally afraid of cats. Because when I was little, I remember I went to pet this cat at the store when I lived in Brooklyn, and I remember the cat cat just bit me. It bit me, and I remember I had a little hole in my leather glove. I had a little hole, and I was like, oh my God. And then when we used to go to my mom's godchildren's house, they used to have this gray cat, and I used to look. He used to always hide under the bed, and the cat used to always go, which means I'm gonna kill you. And so I was always afraid of cats. I'm totally afraid of cats. Like I went to somebody's house like last year, and I heard, and I was like, "You have a cat?" And they're like, "Yeah, don't
Time
worry."
to go.
They're like, and then I don't know what. I was sitting on the couch, and the cat just jumped like right there on the side. And I was like, all right. They're like, he ain't gonna do nothing. He's very friendly. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm scared of cats. They're like, it's not that big. I'm like, I know. And I'll be like, all right, here, and I'll touch it. But then it's like, I don't know. I'm just afraid.
Like
of
it's testing you, right?
because cats are always anyone that you know that has a cat. Do you have a cat?
No.
Do you have a cat?
No.
Anyone that has cats is always funny. My cat's nice. I have a nice cat. Then you come to work, they got scratches on their arm, and they're like, I'm like, what happened?
It's like domestic violence.
But it's
No.
always like that, right?
No,
Scratches.
No, hey, but check this out. Watch this shit. Pet the cat again. You ever show the way he's like.
Yeah, with the
That's
finger.
how you know he's
that.
scared shit of
Hell
cat.
yeah.
He's like this.
But my homegirl, I remember she used to have a cat. She's like, his name was Nino or some shit. And they're like, yeah, he's nice. Then she come to work, her arms are all scratched up. I thought your cat was nice. I was bothering. How the fuck you bother a cat? I was
It's like an
bothering
abusive
her.
relationship. Like,
Dude,
you
it's
don't
always,
understand.
It's always like that. Cats are always fucking you up.
Yeah, cats are fucking. I can't stand cats. And then they shed all over your house. Then you take that cat hair to work. That's the. Then I dated a girl that had a cat. Oh, like, that's disgusting.
Yo, you know what's so funny? I remember I picked up a girl. I forgot what club it was. Many years ago, and I'm in her room, and I remember she went to the bathroom, wash up and get shower before, and I'm laying on the bed, right, and out of nowhere I'm like, yo, I'm fucking itchy. I'm like, oh, I was like, yo, this bitch got fucking. I was like, she got crabs, kid. I'm like, she got crabs. Oh, there's bed bugs in this fucking. I'm like, fuck. And out of nowhere, I'm like, oh, you got a cat. I'm allergic to cats. So we took the cat out and. But yeah, I'm totally afraid of cats.
And
They run. They don't give a shit. They run up on you and having sex, all types of shit. If the cat is, they sniffing balls. They all do all types.
Guess that happened to you.
Yes, that happens. Those shits. That's those cats just don't give a. I think
this must have been in the project.
Shit, no, it was one of those chicks that have many cats. Like she's a fucking cat rescuer, and she had like 2 or 3 cats, and
The house stank.
The house,
And you
stank.
still went in there. You didn't care. You're a
Yeah,
dirtbag.
savage.
Like a dirtbag.
Yeah.
I was
Ain't
like,
nothing gonna stop that. right?
Close the door. Shut, come on in, baby.
I went to somebody's house one time, and I remember I went in their bathroom, and it smelled so bad. And the cat litter box.
Was this Willie's house?
No. There's no cats.
There was a cat litter box in the bathroom, and it literally looked like everyone in the house took a shit in this fucking cat litter box. There was so much shit in there that I'm like, dude, I was gagging. I was like, I gotta go outside. I was tears because it was disgusting. He's like, yeah, I gotta clean that. I'm like, you gotta clean that? I'm like, dude, it looks like your whole fucking building took a shit in the fucking. It was a pile of shit. It was disgusting.
Disgusting.
I can't do cats. Any other animals you can't fuck with? Like Sergio loves snakes.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with no snake.
I'm
like that. I'm like that with a snake too. I'm like that.
He have it all around his fucking
Nah.
neck. His daughter too. His daughter around like, yo, you got your daughter with this crazy.
Yeah, I don't like snakes or spiders or lizards. People pick up the little. I remember when I was little, my mom bought me a salamander because I don't know. It was remember TSS?
Yeah.
So we bought it at TSS.
A Metro over there?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So I remember I bought a fish bowl. I filled it with water and I just threw it in there and I kept seeing him. Like that. Then I don't know. The next day I went to look at the salamander. He was like this. I didn't know I didn't know how much water. I drowned the poor little guy.
He was like,
He was like that. He was saying help. He wasn't trying to. You know what I mean?
Look at him breathing. It's so cute.
He wasn't doing tricks.
He wasn't doing nothing. But yeah, I had a salamander. Then we had a gerbil, which lasted like 2 days, and then we got rid of that because I was told I never wanted to pick it up. Like if I go to your house and you're holding a gerbil like this, get out of here. I don't.
People do that shit. It's so cute.
Yeah, look, I got a rat. I used to have a friend. He used to have mice, like little white mice, and he used to put them on his shoulder.
Somebody like that. Yeah.
I had one that had mice, but it was for the snake. They had a tank full of.
Well, Sergio sometimes he'll show a video like this big white rat. You see like the snake eating it.
That's crazy. I can't. Take that shit to the train. They'll have a fucking feast.
Why?
Wow.
Why should I have to hold a snake? Why? That's like
what are we proving here?
Like horror. Do you like horror movies?
I don't.
I don't like horror movies.
I don't.
And it's funny because I told Talon that the other day. He's like, "Oh, let's go to." Whenever we're on the roads, sometimes we're there like 2 days or whatever. Maybe we'll go to a movie theater.
Right.
So one day he's like, "Oh, let's go watch this." I'm like, "Is that a horror movie?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why? I don't want to go." I'm like, "Why do I want to be scared?"
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying my day. Why do I have to go through that shit now?
The concept doesn't make sense.
Right. Like I'm all fucked up now. Now I can't perform tonight because I got scared this afternoon.
Your anxiety is all over
right.
the
Like I was good.
The elevator surprise fucks me
Like,
up.
what the why I gotta be scared? And he's like, it's like a roller coaster. Yeah, that's why I don't go on roller coasters. I want to be happy all day. I want to be scared.
I want to watch some funny, happy shit. I want to watch fucking.
Do you like
Scream.
horror movies?
I don't go out my way to watch them, but if it's on, I'll watch it.
Like I watch like a Scream kind of like that. Like, man, you know, that's not scary, but like Paranormal Activity shit like that. Oh no.
You don't deal with the ghosts.
No, that's good. That's real shit right
No,
there.
you know what? I don't like those Candyman shits. They're not. I couldn't walk past the room for days.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that shit fucked me up. Then the new Candyman came out. That shit fucked me up.
I remember Candyman 1.
The Candyman?
original?
The original? Yeah,
That was
shit's-
scary.
That was scary. But we were little.
Yeah, we were scared to death. The Poltergeist.
Yeah, because you look at
Poltergeist doesn't scare me. You know what's so funny? I always say Exorcist was the scariest movie, right?
Okay.
Which was one of the scariest movies I never used to watch. Because they used to always show it on Channel 11 when I was little. It was always on Channel 11, and my dad would always watch it. So when I used to pass by the living room, dun, 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 I used to be like, ah! I used to be scared. But you know what? What movie I would say scared me, and I would say it still has an effect on me till today?
What's that?
Jaws.
Really?
Jaws.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know how to swim.
Right.
So when I go to at the beach, I only go like maybe up to like not even to the waist. I'm 6'3", and I'm like throwing water on myself like this. I'm like, yeah, I'm nice and wet. Look, right? But it's like, because you never know a shark. You know, now there's been like shark attacks.
Yeah, the sightings.
You know what I mean? So it's like I think Jaws was probably something that scared me my whole life.
But even some of the old scary movies now, when you look at them, like Nightmare on Elm Street, if you see it now, it's kind of like a joke. You're like,
yeah,
this shit was scary.
That shit was scary though. I remember when
it
just
was,
came
but
out.
if you look at it now, it's like
when he was walking down that hallway and he had those like scratching the he was like an alley or something. Right, he was like the
it's
alley.
always like a boiler room or some shit too, right? Making those screeching noises.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with no Poltergeist. Poltergeist wasn't scary. You thought it was scary?
Well, when the camera,
that was the burning one.
the TV said that whole scene scared me.
Really?
When she was in front of the TV and they're talking, yeah, they're here. And I'm like, who's here, bitch? Don't do that. Don't do that.
How about you? What's your favorite? Since you like horror, what's your favorite horror movie?
Horror movie.
Yeah, the genre you say you like.
No, I said I wouldn't. I said I could watch it, but it's not like.
Oh.
But
Was there one that scared the shit out
I
of
like
you?
those Rob Zombie movies.
Those are pretty good.
those
I don't
are-
like those.
The Halloween one.
The Halloween, the House of a Thousand Corpses.
I never
and
seen
stuff
that.
like-
Is it good?
Yeah, those movies are any of those Rob Zombie movies. When he remade
I don't like zombie
Texas
movies.
Chainsaw.
You like zombie stuff?
Nah,
hell
I don't care for it. It's
Yeah,
like
me.
too-
I think it's dumb.
it's dumb.
My brother's a big fucking horror dude. He showed me this one flick. I think it was called Centipede or some shit.
I was ready to say that.
That they put body parts.
Luis Jimenez used to tell me that a scary movie is the human centipede.
That's the one.
That's the one?
Yeah, that my brother.
It's like an old school movie.
It's old school.
Yeah.
And all it was, the dude used to chop up bodies and put the fucking body together.
Oh,
Like sew it together, make one big, and then finally you see that shit at the end is one big body, but it's like a centipede, like
And he
a
was just
like a
moving
worm.
around
Yeah,
like a
yeah, like this
fucking-
worm. But he had other body parts of other people. All it's just fucking freaky shit.
see, I
But-
like shit like the Norman Bates stuff. More of like the killing and not so much the ghost stuff.
I like serial killer stuff.
Yeah, like stuff
thrillers.
like
That's
that.
my
Thrillers,
favorite kind of
yeah,
stuff. I
yeah.
like thrillers.
I like
and
those.
serial killers.
Like
and
shit
stuff
you
like
got to
that.
figure out. Type
Yeah,
shit.
and you never know
Like the
where.
mysteries and murder mystery thriller, those kind of movies. Yeah.
Remember Perry Mason?
Yeah.
You'd be like, it's that guy. Then I don't know why. It was her. It was Barbara. Barbara was not even in anything on the whole show.
Yeah.
It was Perry Mason.
Where they get this bitch from?
It's funny. It's always like that. It was me. It was me. And I'm like, this chick wasn't even in the whole show. Like,
Barbara was the first one to come out. That was it. That's
she
the
wasn't
only
even.
time.
She never came out. That's what was always great about Perry Mason. Like, who is she? Like, I don't even know. This woman was in the bathroom. Like, but she came out. It was me. I killed him.
Where the fuck were you the
Who
whole
the fuck are
movie?
you, Pat Barbara?
And that's how he throws you off because you're looking for the motherfucker the whole film.
But I like that. I like try to figure out. I'm like, that's
I like
the
shit
guy.
like that too. Yeah.
Then you be like, maybe it's not that guy. Maybe it's this guy.
You did the mega. We didn't talk about that either too much.
What?
When you did the mega, the
The Luis Jimenez. Yes, I used to be part of the Luis Jimenez show, which was dope. That was fun. I did that for 3 years. I'm still.
Wow, that's a long time.
I'm still. I was at Louis' house. I think it was 2 or 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he still does like his podcasts and stuff like that. He's back on the radio. Not with the whole team, but yeah, we're still good friends, and that was a cool experience. I wish I would have kept going. Like once the show was over, I really wish I would have gotten into radio. I wanted to go into probably like Power or Hot 97 or something like that. I think that would have helped my career more.
Yeah.
Because I think even though I was on radio, I think being on Spanish radio didn't help me at all. You know what I mean? Which is kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I used to always piss. That's another thing that pissed me off. Was like, I speak fluent Spanish. I was born in Uruguay. I do comedy in Spanish. I've toured comedy in Spanish, and I'm on the #1 morning show in Spanish, and still
And
nobody
nothing.
books me for Spanish shows.
Well, there's not that many. That was the downfall.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm not talking about Spanish like Spanish speaking. Just Spanish like you know when it's Latin Heritage Month.
Right.
When was the last time you see me on a Latin Heritage
Yeah,
Month
yeah.
show? Ever?
Right,
Never.
right.
You never see me, and everyone's like, and I'm like, why?
You think it's because of the complexion?
Because I'm from Uruguay.
No. That's just you looking white on a Latin
Yeah,
show.
but they know I speak Spanish.
Yeah, I guess. But you don't do too much Spanish material.
But I do stand up in Spanish.
Right.
Like I've headlined many shows in Spanish. Like I go to Miami. This year I haven't gone, but last year I went to Miami like 4 times to perform literally in Spanish.
And
Nice.
crushed.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's all totally
And all it
different.
is just it's funny because the first time I did comedy in Spanish, I never did comedy in Spanish in my life, right? So what happened was I was on the Luis Jimenez show as a guest when I was promoting Comedy After Dark. So then they called me the next day and they're like, he wants you to open for him at the House of Blues in Orlando. Sold out show, 1,200 people. Now I was scared. I wasn't scared for the 1,200 people. I was scared because I never did comedy in Spanish. So I was afraid that I was gonna fuck up his show. That's all I was scared of. I don't want to ruin this guy's show.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen one of his shows. So I went up there and all I had to do was, I'm a storyteller. So all I'm doing was just translating my stories from English to Spanish. And it's on YouTube. I posted them. And it was great. And then from there, I remember at the end of the show, after my set, Louis was like, I got to follow that shit. And I'm like, you'll be fine. And then he's like, hey, man, if you ever need anything. I'm like, well, if you ever need an opener. He He's like, well, we already have an opener. And then he just hit me in the shoulder and he said, you. That's how we started working together. And then from there, he was doing shows like Caroline's, and I would always do his Caroline show. Awesome. And then we went into radio. Then he, took me under took me on a show with him, and it was
And
pretty
even
dope.
with all that, after that, they still not calling on reaching out other.
No, it's weird. Well, you never booked me for a Latin show either.
I've never done it like
Exactly. See, you should have.
I've never done
No,
all
but it's
that.
always fun. Like Jason Nando's is part of a Latin show that's happening now.
Yeah.
Because he's el
The
Bacano.
Dominican dude, right?
Yeah. He's just dying to be Latin, Jason Andor.
He's killing it right now.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
he's like the president of Dominican Republic right now.
He's the killer.
He's doing great.
Yeah.
And he lives over
Oh,
there
see.
now, right?
I'm not sure. You know what?
He spends a lot of time over there.
I think it's because he does. I think he does cruise ships, and I think he probably
and he
stops
just
there.
stops there.
Which is smart
Yeah,
because
yeah.
once he's there,
He figured out
he
formula.
gets off and but he's doing really, really good with it.
Yeah. No,
Which is
Jason-
great for him.
He's always been a killer, though, Jason.
Yeah, he's always been funny. What do you call that? You ever have corn liquor?
No.
What do you call
It's
that?
like moonshine.
moonshine.
Yeah.
You ever have
bootleg
moonshine?
shit. No.
Moonshine's strong, boy. It's like
Yeah,
it's like straight
super
like rubbing
fermented.
alcohol.
Yeah, it's like
Like in Puerto Rico, they call it
Mama Juana?
No,
Mama
that's-
Juana is something else.
Dominican. That's Dominicans. That's the bottle with all the roots, and then they
Yeah.
put something in there. No, it's like pitorro. That's what you guys call it.
Pitoro. Yeah, that's different.
yeah.
But Mama Juana's that shit they foment in the ground and they
Well, Mama Juana's a bottle, and they put like all different roots
yeah.
and all that, and then they put alcohol. Like I think they put rum, and I think they put wine in it too. And then you close it and you leave it
It's
there
just
for
a
a long,
concoction
long
of shit.
time, because the roots supposedly gives it something like some type of power. I forgot who. I think somebody said put a turtle's dick in there. No, for real, I'm not lying. That shit, then it becomes like an aphrodisiac. For real, I'm not
turtles.
lying.
Yeah,
It
the
makes you
fuck?
Hey,
hallucinate.
if anybody is listening to this podcast or watching it, write in it's YouTube, right?
Yeah,
write
yeah.
in the comments if I'm wrong.
No, we're on Spotify now too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, on all those.
all the
stream-
platforms.
All of them.
So listen, guys, if I'm not lying, write it on the comments that you heard that you put a turtle's dick inside of the Mama Juana. I'm telling you,
So
that's
what's the ingredients? So let's just and we're gonna wrap it up. What's the ingredients?
turtle dick. That's it. I don't know. I'm not
It's
Dominican.
like
It's just
orange peels or some shit.
I don't know.
right?
It's like
some sort
Google
of-
it. Google
No,
it.
it's just
It's plants.
It's like
it's rum.
it's like all different roots.
right. It's plants. Some roots.
let's just
that-
make believe you know the recipe
Oh. So you put
for your cooking
twigs.
show.
You just put some twigs. You put
Uh-huh.
cinnamon cloves.
Cinnamon clove, twigs.
Turtle dick.
No, turtle dick goes last.
Why? Why I gotta go? I think I
Because
should go
that's the-
first.
Oh, because it's considered
Be
the
all
bottom.
the way in the bottom.
So we put
How
a
big
tur-
is a turtle?
Google how big is a turtle dick.
Turtle dicks. No,
Let,
for real.
let
That's
the
what I-
feds come for you.
No, for real. I'm not lying to you. I heard that
Where do you find
years ago.
First, you got to find a male turtle, right?
And who's chopping turtle dicks to put it in?
Who's holding it to cut it off? How big is that knife? Do you use a nail clipper?
Or you just
fucking
yank it
scissors.
off.
Watch the turtle have a huge cock. What? We're making fun of the little turtle. He's probably hung like a whale. Right? You never know.
You don't know. You never see it.
You never seen it. It's
So you
always in
leave
the shell.
You leave the turtle dick on the bottom of the wine bottle or whatever for 2 weeks.
About three.
About 3 weeks. Solid.
Now he knows
Make
the
sure,
recipe.
make sure he's not. He has to be uncircumcised. Can't have a circumcised turtle. Yo, pull out your phone, bro. I'm not lying. See if there's a turtle dick in the mama.
I'm not
I'm
looking
not
at you.
Googling turtle dicks, bro.
Turtle penis. Whoever's listening, I'm telling you, I'm not making this up.
So whoever's listening,
Because I would never
Comment.
That wouldn't come out in the comments. If you enjoyed this podcast and you enjoyed me, be like, you know what? Aldo was right. My uncle used to put turtle dicks in the mama Juana.
And do you drink it while the turtle dick is still in the
You make sure it
Or
don't
is it
hit
like
your
a
lips.
filter?
Yeah, you can't drink it out of like straight like that because it might like the turtle dick.
'Cause
Might
that's
just
gotta
hit
be
your lip.
that's gotta be some kind of
You get,
bestiality.
then
Yes.
you get a little wart right there from a turtle dick.
Turtle herpes.
that nigga had the herpes.
These are your glasses?
They're the reader's glass. They're readers.
Look at them shits.
These
Fucking
are
Benjamin Franklin.
That's for the,
That's readers with only one lens.
Those
Yeah,
are-
the shit fell out.
That's
It was
because he
in my
can't
pocket.
read.
those are turtle dick finders.
Look at them.
He
You
said,
really are a super. Those are the ones you put on when you're making keys.
Yo, we're 2 hours in, and we signed off an half hour ago.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh. We're not recording?
No, it's recording. I'm
Oh.
just saying. Now I gotta delete the middle and leave the and rearrange it somehow.
So you have to put turtle dicks in this.
Turtle Decks is the name
100%.
of the episode. We might get flagged.
Aldo
but
with turtle dicks. Aldo's mighty turtle dick.
Aldo featuring Turtle Dicks.
I'm telling you.
if I look at the comments, then there's turtle dicks in Mama Juana, son.
I'm telling you, that's what somebody told me years ago, that they put a turtle dick in there because it gives it it's like an aphrodisiac.
Almost like the
Oh, it
tequila.
gives you a turtle dick. Then once you, like,
Is it like the
extra
tequila
hard-
and the worm
The
type of
worm,
thing?
I don't know. I never heard that was an aphrodisiac.
Well, I don't know. I know it's in there though. I've done that once. Took the
It
last
just
shot.
seems like
Oh,
a lot of work to find.
You ate the worm at the
Yeah,
end?
I did that one, but I don't. It didn't even look like a real. I don't know, real worm.
You
And
would
the-
eat
and the
anything, right?
tequila and I eat anything. Except liver, like I said, liver. Ugh.
All right, look, we're signing off.
Yeah, we had enough.
Aldo, thank you, man.
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much for
you.
having me.
No, definitely. Thank you for coming.
I'll
through,
be
Aldo.
back.
And give us a drop, Brooklyn Basement Brooklyn Basement Podcast.
Hey
Right.
guys, this is Aldo.
Start again.
Hey guys, Aldo Marachlian, aka Aldo Laugh. I am here at the Brooklyn Cast.
Brooklyn Basement Podcast.
Everyone fucks it up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Aldo Marachlian, aka Aldo Laugh. I am here doing the Aldo.
Let's try. Let's see.
Where we
it's,
at?
it's the Brooklyn
The Brooklyn Basement
Basement
Podcast. Brooklyn
Podcast.
Basement. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Aldo, aka Aldo Laugh. I am here doing the Basement Brooklyn. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Aldo, aka Aldo Laugh. I am here doing the Brooklyn Basement Podcast.
There you go.
Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it.
Brooklyn Basement.
Podcast. Is it a tongue twister? Is that what it is? That everybody always messes it up.
Everybody always misses.
Everyone always never gets it.
The Basement in Brooklyn Podcast. The Brooklyn Basement Podcast.
Let's go.
Right now,
That's
there's
it.
music playing in the background and it's fading away. And you're
Ladies and gentlemen, Aldo Marachlian, a.k.a. Aldo Laugh. You are listening to the Brooklyn Basement Podcast.
perfect. Thank you.
Make sure you bring your turtle dick.
We out of here.
Later. Oh shit! It's a whole.